Hey YouTube, and welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be doing something a little different. I wanted to give y'all like a really in-depth silk press tutorial, just because like we have the passing videos, the knowledge videos, things I tell y'all about what I do, X, Y, and Z, story times. But I really wanted to get into the depth of what I do. I am a hair care specialist. For the most part, I do mostly silk presses and luxury extensions. And that is the plethora of what I do. And then I also, of course, I dive into color, I dive into like sewing, stuff like that, just because I am a hair care specialist and one size does not fit all. So, right now, I just showed y'all the products that I use for this client and the tools that I use for this client. Now, I will tell y'all first and foremost, I do not use these on every single client. It is based on their needs. It is based on what they actually need that day, as far as whether it's a moisture based system, a protein based system, a equal based system, whether or not they have scalp abrasions or a lot of dandruff, overall health of the scalp and hair. That is what I use to determine the products, as far as the shampoos and conditioners that I use for my clients. Now, this particular client, I used all of those things. I use moisture-based conditioners. I start off with a cleansing shampoo, then I go and dive into the moisture shampoos, because we're doing a moisture-based system today with a touch of bonding slash protein, because her hair color, this is her natural hair color, yes, but her hair a few months ago was just blonde and brown, and I colored it back her natural brown color. So the color is still there. The color doesn't erase when you put a color on it. So I wanted to make sure we have that extra strength put in there. Now, what you guys see me doing right now is detangling her, because y'all see the way she came in. She had a bun. It was a little bit of a wet bun, and we had to detangle her, because if I would have put her under the sink like this, her hair would have been matted. It would have been a whole nother thing. It would have made for more work later when I finished washing her and gave her conditioner and stuff like that. It would have made for more work after I did that, trying to then and go and detangle and then blow dry for the silk press. And we don't want none of that. We want it to all be seamless, nice, amazing. And then also we wanted the saturation of the conditioner to go throughout her entire shaft. And that, when you have mats, that could kind of hinder that from things getting to where they need to be. And y'all see my girly has Starbucks, because I got her some Starbucks because we both needed it that day. So right now I use the Mazzani Miracle Milk, as y'all can see, to spray her down in sections like I am blow drying her hair. To then go ahead and then detangle, and after that I am going to show y'all a portion of the shampoo, not the whole shampoo, but I never show y'all the shampoo on here, and honestly that's really important, because we're going to talk about that now too, as far as the shampoo. And with the shampoo, honestly y'all, you always need a detox or a cleansing shampoo first, and then that is when you go in with either the moisture or the protein shampoo. um, Protein is for more of, for one, a lot of people who get relaxers. I alternate every other wash with one of the shampoos being a protein shampoo, just because when you have a relaxer or you have color, it is important to keep those bonds intact and to strengthen the hair when need be, especially depending on the condition of the hair and when they come back. Typically, most of my people do not come back every 2 weeks. It's usually like a once a month thing, which is why I alternate like that. And then when I tell them, when they're home, I tell them to focus on moisture, 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 moisture. Because most of my clients, as far as their hair type and stuff like that, they are low porosity or medium porosity. And with those types of clients, you definitely don't need as much protein as you would if you had high porosity hair. And then when you have high porosity hair and you give yourself a protein treatment and you have a protein treatment, what it should do is reverse some of the problems that you're having, or combat some of the problems you're having, and then you don't need the protein treatment as much, which is where hair care and consistent hair care come into play. So that's usually how I do it. So Yanni, today I told y'all the the shampoos that she was using. The system that I used today, I used a BioLidge, as y'all seen in the beginning, a BioLidge cleansing shampoo, which is amazing. It's a little bit more gentler on the hair. I either use that or the Paul Mitchell shampoo 2. The Paul Mitchell shampoo 2 is amazing as well. It's a little bit more harsh, for lack of better words, but both of those are amazing. I just used the BioLidge today because I felt like it was a better fit for what we were trying to achieve in the buildup. She didn't have that much buildup on her hair. It's just her hair was wet and she didn't have like a whole bunch of product on it or anything. So I opted for the BioLidge, and then also too, the BioLidge is a little bit more loose. It's a little bit more watery, for lack of better terms. So that's why I opted for the BioLidge. And then the Design Essentials, honestly, um, a lot of shampoos and conditioners, they may not really be one size fit all, but you can use the Design Essentials, almond and avocado, and especially the honey cream on mostly everyone for the most part, and it will do the damn thing. Like that, though, that pair, that duo, the Design Essentials moisturizing shampoos. I don't know what they put in that stuff, y'all. Well, I do because I looked up the ingredients. But what they put in there, top tier, amazing for a lot of clients. The only way I wouldn't use it 9 times out of 10 is if I ran out, if I wanted to just switch it up that day, or if somebody comes in with very, very coarse hair, as far as like the avocado on the almond and avocado one, just because you could use something that's a little bit more hardy in terms of content, and something that has more softening products, well, softening ingredients versus like a hydrating, because the softening, what it'll do is it'll soften up that cuticle and make it not be as rough, like a Wella Nutra Enrich or something like that that's made specifically for coarse hair. um I would be using that instead. But as y'all see right now, we are shampooing. So when we shampoo, the first thing you do, you saturate the hair, wet it down. Depending on how dirty the hair is, the shampoo may or may not lather a lot. It really just depends. But after you do that, you go ahead and you smooth the shampoo in your hand, and then you go throughout and you just saturate the hair throughout the scalp. The scalp is the most important part first, and then you go in on the hair shaft, and then you see me doing that. So you see me doing the back and forth motion. That is how you want to wash your hair. So you do the back and forth motion and with most of your fingers, with your 4 fingertips, and then with your thumbs. That's when you do the circular motion a little bit, because the thing is, if you don't and you just do circular motions throughout your whole head and just steady do that, it could cause for extra tangling and extra matting, and for lack of better terms, but extra tangling. And you don't want extra tangling. You want to do this thing where Mazzani teaches, it's like always be detangling, quote unquote, basically, because you don't want to make any tangles, especially not with shampoo in there, because for one, that hurts. For two, it's uncomfortable, and three, it makes for more work after you're done. So you see what I'm doing with my fingertips? That's what you do. You use your fingertips. Use the balls of your fingers. You do not use your nails, because when you use your nails, that could cause microabrasions in the scalp. We don't want microabrasions in the scalp. We want to make sure we are promoting healthy hair throughout the entire service, healthy practices throughout the entire service, and then your clients are going to get used to that. That's how you can cause extra itching and stuff like that, especially because when you're used to your fingertips and you're used to your nails and not just the balls of your fingers, it's like, oh, I'm not doing anything with that. When in reality, y'all, if y'all use the balls of your fingers, you can get just as much satisfaction from the little itches in your scalp as you do with your nails, and that is the right way, especially because long term it could cause shedding, it could cause hair loss, things like that, and we do not want that. So that is how you do it, and then you just see me rinsing it out. Now you wash with warm water slash hot water. I would never recommend it to be hot. Really, it should be warm water, and then you rinse out your conditioner with cold water. And when you put your conditioner in, what you guys do is you do it while it is soaking wet, while she's already in the bowl, and then you put a plastic cap on or the towel over the shoulders and put them under the steamer or put them under the dryer. Either one is fine. I like the steamer, I like the dryer. It's really your preference. Sometimes if you need a little bit of extra cuticle opening, then okay, you could put them under the steamer. Or if it may be a little bit humid outside and stuff like that, okay, put them under the steamer. But it's either one, up to you. Now what you guys see me doing is I sprayed the leave-in conditioner all throughout the hair, because you have to use a leave-in conditioner. Leave-in conditioner is non-negotiable. Everyone needs a leave-in conditioner once they finish washing their hair and rinsing their conditioner out, their regular conditioner out. You put the leave-in conditioner in, and then you go in and it looks like I'm being rough, and I'm not being rough, y'all. But then you go ahead and detangle, and you use the comb attachment. I use the comb attachment because, one, not everybody can handle a brush. She can handle a brush with smaller sections, but I still use the comb attachment because, one, it is quicker when you're just getting through, you're trying to get through and stuff like that. Two, her hair is trained. So with the comb attachment, honestly, I could use the comb attachment, be okay, and just use the comb attachment and go straight into the press. But my system is I use the comb attachment to do the initial dry, and then I use a Denman brush to then stretch out any like roots and things like that, so that way it can be, the blow dry could be as straight as possible to then prep for your silk press. The comb attachment is amazing. I use a Conair Silverbird. Sometimes you need to replace the comb just because, their combs, the dryer is really hot, and sometimes the comb be melting. However, I've had my comb for over a year and some change. I don't know how. Please don't ask me how. Just by the grace of God, whatever I'm doing is apparently working, and this is what I be doing, which y'all see me doing right here. So I could have made that section a little bit smaller. Usually with her hair, I can do about 6 to 8 sections when I blow dry, but I made this section a little bit bigger. She had things to do, places to go, but it was no big deal because we still got it straight. We still got it together. And so you just see me doing that. You want to be gentle. You still do from ends to root to make sure you're not pulling, you're not breaking anything, and things of that nature. So I'm going to do this, and then y'all are going to see me use the Denman brush after that. And then when we get into the actual press, I will be back to tell y'all more about that. And y'all see the way she looking at me. That is my homegirl too, y'all. So we just be laughing and saying different stuff in there. But I will talk to y'all in about 2 to 3 minutes when y'all see me start the press. Actually, I lied. I'm back, y'all, because what I wanted to tell y'all about the brush. When you use the brush, y'all are going to see how I do it. You just flex. Really, you just flex your hand a certain way. So you go in and you flick your wrist up. You pull the brush down, and then this is how it is supposed to glide through the hair. You let your blow dryer follow it. You can use the concentrator nozzle. The concentrator nozzle is very, very good. Y'all don't usually see me grab the concentrator nozzle because, for one, it's somewhere in the suite, and sometimes I don't always know where it's at. And two, it's not necessary. But as y'all can see today, I decided to use it because I wanted to show y'all that you can use the concentrated nozzle, and then it makes for easier, like it just makes it easier. And then y'all see where we were before, from when I just regularly blow dried it with the comb to now using the concentrator nozzle. Like, it, you could tell like there's a little bit of a difference, and you can see in the way her hair flows and things like that, because you do want to get it as straight as possible when you blow dry. just to prep you up for the press. But you see, that's how you do it. And people say don't let the blow dryer and the brush touch, but whatever, because you're not really, it's okay. It's all right, y'all. It is all right. So right now, what you guys see me doing is going ahead and putting a wax stick on her edges. The reason I do this is because it makes it so much easier than to use that big old bulky flat iron to try and press out the edges. This way is just a foolproof way. It makes the edges more silky. It helps last throughout humidity and things like that. And then it just makes for a more silkier, cleaner look when you do it this way. And then after, so I go around and I base the whole perimeter or whatever side I'm doing, because um I do part based on the the part that they're getting when we're styling. Now she changed her part up. So at first I did the side part and then she wanted the middle part. So that is why y'all seen the side part first. But right now I'm taking the pencil iron and I'm going around her edges, and y'all see what I mean? Sometimes this is a red pencil iron. Sometimes it takes a minute for it to like heat up, but that's okay. It still gives the same effect and you still got it, what's it called? So you guys see what I mean? That's amazing. 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 We went from not so straight edges to very, 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 very straight edges. And then your clients will thank you in the long run. And so will your followers when they look at your videos and stuff like that. Because even though sometimes you can't get everything, especially depending on somebody's hair texture and depending on what's going on and like the heat and the saturation and how short certain pieces of the edges are, it still will give you a way cleaner look. And then now we are going in with the press. With the press, right now I am using a Babyliss Prima 3000. I personally do not like this iron like that. Me personally, I prefer the T3 iron. The T3 iron I feel like is the best iron on the market aside from the EAP heat iron, and they are hand in hand. Right now I use the T3 because the T because the EAP heat one died on me within like a 2 year span, not even a 2 year span all the way, but it died on me. And it just stopped working in the middle of one of my clients. So then I had to go get a Prima 3000. But now I have a T3 micro iron, which y'all probably seen in a video before this, or y'all see in a video after that. And we can go through a whole review on that iron if you want, but that is probably the best iron. That and the EAP heat, they are the best irons that I have ever used, best irons on the market in my opinion. Now the T3 is a little bit bigger in size, but it is great for curling and it still works all the same. I don't even need to use like a pencil iron to do the roots, because if you know how to use it, then you know how to use it and you really don't need that, especially because when you're flat ironing, which we are about to talk about now, you want to use thin sections. I do diagonal sections just because I seen somebody do it one day and it was like, yeah, you do diagonal sections. I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be super, super seamless. Like you part wherever and it's going to be that, when it should be like that anyway. But I also feel like, I don't know, I just feel like it makes me go faster as well. Like it's something about it, like it cuts down on time and then it just makes for a seamless press. So I do it diagonally, thin sections. How thin the section is dependent on what hair type they have, whether their hair is fine, whether their hair is coarse or medium, their density of their hair. All of that matters when you're picking out sections. So for her, we want to have thin sections. My sections were maybe a little bit too big. Because I know how to work my iron, I didn't really, I know how to work my iron. So I didn't have to make it super, super thin. And then also with her, she's really scared of heat damage. Now, she's perfectly fine on the heat damage, but still, regardless, she was still apprehensive about heat damage, especially because sometimes when she does do things at home, she doesn't want to promote it and stuff like that. But thin sections, and then you go down with the iron. Use the chase method. I love the chase method. I will not flat iron without the chase method. If you're flat ironing and you're doing a silk press, then you need to be doing the chase method. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I use a carbon comb when doing the chase method, a Cricut carbon comb, or you can get regular bulk carbon combs from Amazon. It's up to you. I just do the Cricut ones because they're at the professional hair store, the Cosmoprof that I go to. And I go and I chase. I go in and I comb out certain things, comb out the hair as I go, and just flow through just to check to see what I'm doing. And you guys see that shine, that natural shine, and things like that. And that's about it for the press. For the most part, we love the press, love to see it. It is amazing. So I'm going to finish pressing, and then I'm going to go ahead and come back when we finish. Now I'm really going, y'all. I see y'all when we get to finishing.
Almost missing my flight today. I look good even though I feel shitty. I just got back out this way. You already got plans for the city. Call them off cause you call them off for me. You're always going on and on. Got it all, ask me why I'll never leave. I don't go out much, but you should go tonight. I'm chilling on the west side. Call my homegirl, tell your best friend cause that's on the low. Crazy. If I could, I would take the pain away. I don't see that smile I made. You already make plans that ain't we made. Trying hard, I've been trying hard to breathe. Inhale, exhale, you expel what you've been doing to me. Fighting it off, you've been fighting me off for weeks. Don't leave cause I need you. You should come tonight. I'm chilling on the west side. Call my homegirl, tell your best friend cause that's on the low, no location. Trying to spend no time in the house. If you ask me how I'm feeling, I say yes to going out tonight. Oh, I ain't did that in a minute.
Now for the trim. So with the trim, y'all, and please excuse my ashy elbows because now I'm realizing how ashy I was when I was making this video, but it was cold in there, y'all. But y'all see, so she just needs a minimal trim because she's really good at coming back when she needs her trims and her treatments, and of course because y'all know she is my regular client. So we are gonna go in and take some of that off, take some of that bulk off, just because one, she really wants a blunt cut. Let's start there. She really wants a blunt cut. I keep convincing her no because her hair grew a lot in her pregnancy, but we're taking a little bit and to keep her layers as well. She has like many layers in there, and with the way she likes her hair, it being one length, like eventually she wants the blunt cut, but with how she wears her hair now, that doesn't really work in a sense. Like, she likes feathers, she likes curls and things like that, and they just lay better. So I'm doing about a 45. You could call it a 45, and with the 45, um that's what we're doing. You just pull it out, do the 45 angle, you pull um in hair growth direction, and you go ahead and you trim that off. You follow your guide throughout the entire head, and you will be okay. That is simple in layman's terms. That's the best way to put it, just because that's really all I do. Like that's really all I do, and things like that. And then also I wanted to even up her layers in the first place, because you were kind of letting it do what it does, but I wanted to even everything up, give her a nice even cut, a nice even starting point, especially because in a few months we are going to be doing that blunt. And I wanted everything to be seamless, because sometimes when you have shorter pieces versus longer pieces, it kind of makes for more of a mess. Yeah, you could say more of a mess in a way. So we have her like this, and then we're going to go and finish up. How I finish up, I use the Kenra Super Hold Spray, the 25, number 25. You spray that. That's like the banana peel method, quote unquote. Um, I learned that from the Hair Wiz on Instagram. Like, I didn't take one of her classes or whatever, but I seen like how it was done, and then I put my own spin on it and used what I felt like I needed to use. So I spray that down, and then I'm going to go in and give her layers. Feathers, sorry, not layers. I'm giving her layers right now. And we're going to do feathers, and that is going to be her style for today. I really wish she got curls, but it's okay because I'm a curly girl. I love doing curls, but she got feathers today. And then right now, what you see me doing, that is what you do. That is the trimming method that I do when you don't want to take so much bulk off and you just have a few stragglers that you have to do. But you see that, and then I'm going to go in and I'm going to clean up her perimeter. And then after I clean up her perimeter, I'm going to do what I said I was going to do as far as the feathering and using the banana peel method, because it holds better too, like as far as like the soap presses and stuff like that, as far as styling and finishing. So I'm going to spray her down with that camera, give her feathers, and that is it. That is all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys got a lot of information out of it. And I will see y'all in the next one. If y'all want another in-depth tutorial, an in-depth explanation on how I do somebody else's hair, then just let me know. And we will get into it, y'all. Bye.
Young girl, no one that back calling me splurge. Let me jump right on the curb. Bet this fly like a bird. Spin on the first and the third. Solid, I'm keeping my word. Check me my equal, I don't know what you heard. Crank up the foreign, I swear. Keep me a stick of fake purge. Young girl, no one that they working my nerves. I'm about to pause to serve. Fucking this bitch like a perm. Smack from the back of a perm. Ice, the bird. Shitting on all you little turds. Can't take that dick, wait your turn. In my own lane, we can't merge. So with no hands, you can learn. Let's see how much you can earn. Why me go big like the worm? And I ain't smoking no shirt. I'm in the BVP lady.